I've never been so satisfied.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most challenging tunes for the average vocalist to tackle.
Goodbye, everybody.
Number 50, Welcome to the Black Parade, My Chemical Romance.
When I was a young boy, my father took me into the city.
The Black Parade LP from My Chemical Romance features a number of songs that would be considered challenging to sing from a layperson's perspective. The ending coda to Famous Last Words comes to mind, as does the album's title track, Welcome to the Black Parade. Frontman Gerard Way and the band indulge their greatest Queen fantasies on this LP, and this song features layered lead vocals from Way that sound energetic and anthemic. This is another song that seems to be building up to something, a race to the finish line where Way takes charge as lead singer, driving home MCR's Black Parade for all he's worth. Number 49, Best of You, Foo Fighters. There was probably nobody out there that was questioning Dave Grohl's skills as a frontman back when Foo Fighters released their fifth LP, In Your Honor, in 2005.
Are you gone and on to someone new?
That said, we still appreciate how Grohl continued to challenge himself on songs like Best of You.
My head is giving me life or death, but I can't choose.
The tune's composition requires the former Nirvana drummer to continually sing at the top of his register, to the point where it sounds raw and ragged. This isn't a bad thing, of course, since Grohl's scream singing allows for Best of You to grab the listener forcefully by the proverbial collar, shaking out all of their righteous rage and emotion. Number 48, Life on Mars, David Bowie. Some songs are known for the entirety of their challenging nature, while others become closely associated with one particular vocal performance.
They ask her to focus on sailors fighting in the dance hall.
Life on Mars from David Bowie is one of the rock legend's most loved tunes, but it's also one that contains one of the man's most iconic high notes.
It's on America's tortured brow that Mickey Mouse has grown up a cow.
We're speaking, obviously, of Bowie's emphasis on the word Mars, but it's the whole song that really highlights Bowie's generational charisma, if we're being honest. From the look to the sound to that warm 70s production, Life on Mars is an octave-jumping rocket ship to the stars and back.
Is there life on Mars?
Number 47, Since You've Been Gone, Kelly Clarkson.
Here's the thing, we started out friends. It was cool, but it was all pretend.
The American Idol experience has not been the same for every season's winner, that's for sure. Yet for every Taylor Hicks, there's a Kelly Clarkson, who managed to keep her career going strong for years after appearing on that competition show.
That's all you ever hear me say. But since you've been gone,
Since You've Been Gone incorporates a wide array of influences within its composition. And it's this everything goes approach that helped it land with a lot of different fans.
I can't breathe for the first time.
Clarkson's enviable talent is clearly on display here, as she performs with tons of power while also demonstrating her incredible range. Since You've Been Gone has since become one of Clarkson's defining tunes, although we'd be hard-pressed to find anyone that can sing it quite like her.
I get what I want. Since you've been gone.
Number 46, Over the Rainbow, Judy Garland. Sometimes it's not about how high you can sing or how much power you can belt out into a tune.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high.
Instead, it's how a performance brings subtlety, texture, and dynamics to a composition, lifting it up from good, beyond great, and into the territory of perfection.
Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me.
Over the Rainbow from The Wizard of Oz has been sung by many performers over the years, often to great effect.
Birds fly over the rainbow.
will always be something special to Judy Garland's original, however, to the point where every attempt will always be compared to the actress's tender work on the silver screen. Number 45, The Phantom of the Opera, Andrew Lloyd Webber.
In sleep he sang to me, in dreams he came.
Everybody has their favorite version of Andrew Lloyd Webber's title number to The Phantom of the Opera. Each version requires some serious professionalism in order to properly nail down, however, since Webber's composition keeps changing keys. This is done not only for dramatic effect,
That voice which calls to me and speaks my name.
but also to emphasize the singer's voices, particularly the female role of Christine. The heavy metal band Nightwish even recorded a fan-favorite version that made the most out of their own trained opera vocalist, Tarja Turunen. It ultimately doesn't matter which version of The Phantom of the Opera you rock, however, because they're all gonna sound epic. Number 44, Carey, Europe. The world of commercial heavy metal back in the 1980s featured plenty of talented and amazing singers.
When lights go down, I see no reason.
Europe may be known for their international hit The Final Countdown, but they, like every other band during this time, also recorded their fair share of power ballads.
I read your mind with no intention.
Joey Tempest had one of those voices that could handle both hard-rocking numbers and more tender songs with ease, and he certainly gets the job done on Carey. It's all about the song's finale, however, as Tempest goes for broke with some grandiose emoting.
Can't you see it in my eyes?
The lead singer's vocal harmonies are also on point during Carey, lifting up cigarette lighters and cell phones all around the world. Number 43, I'd Do Anything for Love, But I Won't Do That, Meatloaf. High drama, high art, absolutely zero irony. These are just some of the sentiments at play here within I'd Do Anything for Love, But I Won't Do That by Meatloaf.
And some days it don't come easy, and some days it don't come hard.
The music video particularly underlines these points. But all of the flash in the world couldn't make this song resonate the way it does were it not for Meatloaf's Go for Broke performance. This is a long song, requiring a lot of power and commitment for anybody attempting to replicate that Meatloaf magic.
Will you make it all a little less cold? I can do that.
The back and forth between Meatloaf and his duet partner Lorraine Crosby is classic stuff, a slice of cinematic extravagance that's one in a million.
I would do anything for love, but I won't do that.
Number 42, Paradise City, Guns N' Roses. It doesn't really matter at this point whether or not Guns N' Roses ever release an LP that rivals their thunderous 1987 debut Appetite for Destruction. The band's musical power and glory are safely secured, as is the vocal prowess of their tempestuous singer Axl Rose. Fans who've been lucky enough to witness GNR's straight rock fury in the live arena can testify to Rose's talent as a singer and frontman. He hits high notes and screams on the regular, usually while sprinting across the stage at a breakneck pace. Songs like Paradise City careen from his mouth like an air horn, as Rose caterwauls like a madman from first note to last. Number 41, Always, Bon Jovi. This is Bon Jovi's first appearance on this list, but spoiler alert, it will not be the last.
This Romeo is bleeding, but you can't see his blood.
Always wasn't taken from the band's 1980s heyday, but instead as a single from their first greatest hits collection. This wasn't a throwaway song, however, far from it. Instead, Always became an international smash, anchored by Jon Bon Jovi's superbly strong vocal performance. This is a song that went unapologetically hard, particularly during its ending section, as John really stretches and breaks free. The harmonized bridge section is also great, and we totally see why Always managed to connect with so many people back in 1994. Number 40, I'll Make Love to You, Boyz II Men. The R&B genre is one that usually requires at least a modicum of upper-level vocal talent to execute properly, and with the required emotion.
Close your eyes, make a wish.
This goes even more so when it comes to vocal groups, and this is why the music of Boyz II Men so closely echoes the R&B scene of the 1990s.
I will do anything.
I'll Make Love to You is a song that makes the most out of each individual member's vocal strengths, from resonant lows to soaring highs. The arrangements lend plenty of places for all the singers of Boyz II Men to shine, and I'll Make Love to You has managed to live on in the minds of all those who experienced this unironic and passionate love song back in the day. Number 39, Fix You, Coldplay. Sometimes it's not about the intensity of a vocal performance that makes it affect an audience in an emotional way, but rather the quieter and more subtle moments.
When you try your best, but you don't succeed.
Coldplay's Chris Martin isn't the sort of singer that earns his paycheck howling for the heavens or screaming for the back row, but that hasn't stopped his performance in Fix You from becoming a favorite for the group's fans.
Lights will guide you home.
This is a song where patience and control are required from the singer, since the falsetto notes of Fix You are left intentionally fragile. It's not as easy as it looks.
And I will try to fix you.
Number 38, Getting Married Today, Stephen Sondheim.
Pardon me, is everybody there? Because if everybody's there, I want to thank you all for coming to the wedding.
The subject of show tunes can occasionally elicit grumblings, snickers, or criticism from those unfamiliar with Broadway vocal performances. But make no mistake, songs like Getting Married Today are incredibly difficult to sing.
Listen, everybody, look, I don't know what you're waiting for. A wedding, what's a wedding? It's a prehistoric ritual where everybody promises fidelity forever, which is maybe the most horrifying word I've ever heard.
This song from Stephen Sondheim's 1970 musical Company requires the performer to sing incredibly fast and clear, spitting out words a mile a minute in order to fulfill the song's arrangement.
Listen, everybody, I'm afraid you didn't hear, or do you want to see a crazy lady fall apart in front of you?
Getting Married Today, as a result, has definitely earned its reputation as one of Broadway's most challenging tunes from any musical era. It is a rhythmic and tongue-twisting nightmare.
But perhaps I'll collapse in the apse right before you. Also take back the cake, burn the shoes, and boil the rice.
Number 37, Mailman, Soundgarden. The music of Soundgarden may be primarily associated with the grunge movement of the 1990s, but the band's lead vocalist Chris Cornell clearly possessed a vocal talent born from a different era. Cornell's screaming upper-level register felt more indicative of 80s heavy metal than the brooding and listless sound of Seattle. And it's this ability to move from low to high on songs like Mailman that made Soundgarden special for their fans. The band's doomy, Sabbathian groove was one that also showcased their 70s hard rock influences. And this juxtaposition of monolithic heaviness and Cornell's powerful voice definitely makes Mailman stand out from the pack. Number 36, Gethsemane, Andrew Lloyd Webber.
I only want to say, if there is a way.
The soundtrack to Jesus Christ Superstar is chock full of memorable moments, from the high drama of Heaven on Their Minds to the moodiness of Judas's death. Yet there's one major musical moment that will forever be associated with this 1971 musical, and that is the iconic high note hit by Jesus on the song Gethsemane.
Listen, surely I've exceeded
expectation.
This prototypical rock opera requires anybody taking on this role to steady themselves for a proper belt on the word why. But Gethsemane isn't only about this magical moment.
Why should I die? Oh,
It's also about getting in the properly pensive and frightened mood, capturing Christ's emotions as he's readying himself to die on the cross.
just watch me die.
Number 35, My Heart Will Go On, Céline Dion. She's one of the voices of her generation, and it's this song that serves as her musical calling card.
Every night in my dreams, I see you.
My Heart Will Go On served as the multi-million selling smash hit single from the soundtrack to director James Cameron's Titanic.
Near, far, wherever you are.
It's a song that was basically impossible to avoid, since both My Heart Will Go On and Titanic entered the public zeitgeist big time back in 1997. Dion's insane vocal range and power make just about any of her songs a challenge to even the most experienced singers. My Heart Will Go On is at another level, however, a litmus test to judge between great vocalists and exemplary talents. Number 34, Cry Me a River, Michael Bublé. They call him standards for a reason.
Now you say you're lonely.
Canada's Michael Bublé put his own stamp upon this jazzy pop song that's been recorded by multiple other artists over the years.
And now you say you're sorry.
Bublé, Julie London, Joe Cocker, and more have all lent their vocal skills to Cry Me a River, a challenging track despite it not being a particularly stressful or strenuous workout.
Why don't you cry me a river?
Natural storytelling ability and pathos are required to transport the listeners to the proper emotional place here with Cry Me a River. And Bublé's version followed nicely in the footsteps of his forebears back when it was released back in 2009.
Cry me a river.
Number 33, Defying Gravity, Stephen Schwartz. Cinematic adaptations of hit Broadway shows can often be a dicey proposition since the original show tunes are often held close to the hearts and minds of their fans.
Something has changed within me. Something is not the same.
Defying Gravity is one of those defining songs, a major moment from the OG 2003 version of Wicked, sung by Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth.
There's no fight we cannot win.
The insane high note delivered by Menzel at the climax of this tune is one of modern Broadway's most defining and commercially successful moments. Menzel and Chenoweth's performance set an insanely high bar for the 2024 movie version of Wicked to hit. But thankfully, fans seem to like this new version just fine.
They'll never bring us down.
Number 32, Alone, Heart.
I hear the ticking of the clock. I'm lying here, the room's pitch dark.
Isn't it funny how some songs take on different lives of their own long after their initial composition fades away into trivia obscurity? Alone first hit airwaves via a group called I-10, before then being included on the short-lived television show Dreams. That version featured John Stamos on co-vocals.
I never really cared until I met you.
But most fans would probably point to the version recorded by Hart in 1987 as the best take on Alone. Not only does their version of Alone feature amazing vocal harmonies, but Ann Wilson's insane power recalls the group's classic rock influences from groups like Led Zeppelin. It's amazing arena rock AOR with passion and urgency to spare. Number 31, The Writings on the Wall, Sam Smith. Every James Bond fan has their personal favorite of the franchise's many, many excellent title themes.
I've been here before.
Spectre from 2015 may have been a divisive Bond entry with regards to its effectiveness as a film, but we think that Sam Smith's The Writing on the Wall is one of the best Bond themes of all time.
How do I live? How do I breathe? When you're not here, I'm suffocating.
Smith's falsetto is utilized throughout much of The Writings on the Wall, and the end results feel perfectly in line with Bond's legacy of glamour, class, and intrigue.
I wanna feel love run through my blood. Tell me, is this where I give it all up?
Smith's work doubling the chorus at the song's climax is emotional stuff to be sure, bringing audiences closer and closer to Spectre's identity as pure, unfiltered Bond.
The writings on the wall.
Number 30, Unbreak My Heart, Toni Braxton.
Don't leave me in all this pain. Don't leave me out in the rain.
It's not just the high notes that can be difficult to hit. The opening of Unbreak My Heart doesn't necessarily make you feel like the song's gonna be that hard to sing. But then you hear the incredible range of Toni Braxton. From that first verse, Braxton's smoky vocals follow through the lower notes of her register with incredible strength and power. On top of that, her talent only shines stronger on the second verse, when she shows us all how low she can go while still maintaining precise control over her stellar runs.
I can't forget the day you left. Time is so unkind.
Number 29, How Can I Ease the Pain, Lisa Fischer. Here's one of the most impossible to nail slow jams of all time. Seriously, we don't know how Lisa Fischer does it. She's a goddess.
I feel your fire, then I lose my self-control.
It was released in 1991 and remains one of Fischer's biggest hits to this day. Fischer manages to stretch her notes like no other, and listening to her attain those high notes so flawlessly makes us wish she got more opportunities like this to show off her chops.
Give me all or nothing at all.
How Can I Ease the Pain requires an incredibly strong belter to get up into that high register, while still pouring passion into the words. And once Fischer lets loose on those whistle tones, please. Number 28, Imagine, Ariana Grande. Oh, you wanted more whistle tones in modern pop music? Well, Ariana Grande heard you and she delivered.
This is a pleasure, feel like we never act this regular.
It's no secret that Grande is an expert singer. But with her hit Imagine, she went further than we could have imagined. The song's chorus requires the singer to make a large vocal leap on the word imagine, and necessitates pinpoint precision in its notes.
Imagine a world like that.
But all that aside, if you wanted to sound like Grande when you sing this song, you gotta try and go for those whistle tones at the end. Definitely not an easy task. Number 27, Don't Rain on My Parade, Barbra Streisand. Notoriously difficult, Don't Rain on My Parade is from the musical Funny Girl, which was based on the life of Fanny Brice.
If someone takes a spill, it's me and not you. Who told you you're allowed to rain on my parade?
Barbra Streisand, who played the lead role on Broadway in 1964 and won an Oscar for her performance in the movie adaptation, makes it sound quite natural. However, the song's tricky rhythms, frequent leaps, and consistent high energy have daunted many aspiring vocalists.
One roll for the whole shebang. One throw, that bell will go clang.
Although a few professionals like B. Arthur and Idina Menzel have covered the song, the musical wasn't revived on Broadway for decades, possibly because of the challenge of finding someone for that dynamic leading role.
Rain on my parade.
Number 26, Go the Distance, Michael Bolton. It's widely recognized as one of Disney's most motivational songs. Paradoxically, you may need to listen to the track just to make yourself believe that you can actually sing it.
I'll be there someday. I can go the distance.
The notes soar higher than Olympus itself, and the lyrical context requires the performer to belt each one with unwavering vocal confidence.
Might take a lifetime, but somehow I'll see it through.
It was originally tackled by Roger Bart for the Hercules soundtrack, followed by Michael Bolton, Ricky Martin, and an assortment of Walt Disney World cast members. Better have a brave choral range to conquer it, as well as the ability to convey a challenging scope of emotions. If you can convincingly nail both the vulnerability of its opening and the epic crescendo of its finale, then you might just please the gods. Number 25, You Raise Me Up, Josh Groban. You Raise Me Up was originally written by the duo Secret Garden. The Norwegian-Irish twosome released the track back in 2002, and since then, it's gone on to be covered by over 100 different artists, both male and female.
When I am down and oh my soul so weary.
One of the most popular covers is the 2003 version by Josh Groban, and copying that version is quite difficult for other male singers.
You raise me up so I can stand on mountains.
Groban's vocal range is wide, and trying to replicate it isn't easy or even possible for many other male vocalists.
You raise me up to walk on stormy seas.
In 2005, Irish boy band Westlife released their version of the song. It's a very nice version of the song, but as you can hear, the vocals stay in a much narrower range.
You raise me up so I can't stand on mountains.
Number 24, Hurt, Christina Aguilera.
If I had just one more day, I would tell you how much that I missed you.
Christina Aguilera is one of the most prolific singers in the biz. Unfortunately, one of her greatest and most difficult songs to sing is not one of her most famous.
Would you tell me I was wrong? Would you help me understand?
Hurt is a number from Aguilera's 2006 album Back to Basics. It sort of got buried under the pizzazz of the rest of the track list, which includes the likes of Ain't No Other Man and Candyman. However, in Hurt, Aguilera slows things down and delivers a masterful performance with incredible range. The chorus necessitates a kind of emotion and resonance that is rare to come by.
I'm sorry for blaming you.
Number 23, Crawling, Linkin Park. Chester Bennington was a phenomenal vocalist and gave Linkin Park one of the most unique sounds of the 2000s. But the notes Bennington could hit aren't really what makes the song Crawling a difficult song to master.
Crawling in my skin, these wounds they will not heal.
Rather, it's the range of styles and techniques he employs throughout the 3.5-minute track.
This lack of self-control I fear is never ending. Controlling.
From the softer, more melodic singing of the verses to the loud, emotional screaming of the chorus, it covers a lot of ground.
I felt this way before.
So insecure.
You had better prepare your throat if you plan on attempting this one.
Fear is how I fall. Confusing.
Number 22, Love on Top, Beyoncé. It's time to talk about key changes. Beyoncé's 2011 hit Love on Top is one of the pop diva's most fun songs.
Now everybody asks me why I'm smiling up ear to ear.
From the outset, it doesn't seem like it'll be particularly difficult to sing. Not more difficult than any other Beyoncé song anyway. But by the end, we found ourselves with so many key changes, we don't even know how to begin counting them off.
Baby, you're the one that I love. Baby, you're all I need. You're the only one I see.
As Beyoncé's voice keeps getting higher and higher, our jaws keep dropping lower to the ground. It's insanely impressive how high she can get, never mind the absolute clarity with which she does it.
Baby, it's you. You're the one that gets it all. You're the one that always calls.
Number 21, Livin' on a Prayer, Bon Jovi. You could take our hand, but when it comes to properly rocking this track, we can't swear to the fact that you'll make it.
Tell me you do
awesome 80s hairdo aside, Jon Bon Jovi powers through Livin' on a Prayer with some subtly impressive vocal stylings. The song might seem like a rather simple 80s rock ballad, but as many karaoke audiences know, making it through that chorus ain't as easy as many think it is. Most guys should probably just remember that it's all for fun and it doesn't make a difference if they make it or not. Number 20, Don't Stop Believin', Journey.
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world.
Do not try to sing Journey's Don't Stop Believin' at your next karaoke party.
Strangers
Oh, sure, it may sound like a great idea at the time, and everyone thinks they're going to be able to nail this absolute rock anthem with Steve Perry's grace and power, but it rarely, if ever, works out. That's not only because Perry is one of classic rock's finest singers, but also because the performance hinges so strongly on his combination of clarity, power, and range. Don't Stop Believin' may start off slowly with that iconic keyboard intro, but by the time the chorus finally hits, we are firmly on that spaceship into infinity. Number 19, Hello, Adele.
Hello, it's me.
Speaking of power, is there any popular female vocalist in recent memory that can compete with Adele in terms of sheer vocal strength? Not many. There's a reason the English singer-songwriter's music has sold millions of albums, and it's not because they're easy to sing, though it's sure fun to try.
Hello from the other side.
Fans really seem to connect with her lyrics, honesty, and passion. And it's the delivery that really brings it all together. Hello is a perfect example. It's the sort of heart-rending ballad that fans adore. It isn't so much the brooding intensity of the verse that makes Hello challenging, but rather the vocal control required to nail that epic chorus.
Hello from the other side.
There's just no one who does it quite like Adele.
Hello from the other side.
Number 18, Take On Me, Aha. Falsetto. Love it or hate it, many artists and groups have taken the vocal style and run with it all the way to chart success. Aha was one of those bands, a Norwegian export that struck it huge in the 80s with their colossal synth-pop hit Take On Me. For our money, we love Morten Harket's falsetto note that he hits near the end of Take On Me's epic chorus. And it's even more impressive when you take into account that Harket has to climb 2.5 octaves from his starting point of A. It's these vocal gymnastics that make Take On Me such a challenge for even the most seasoned of vocalists. Number 17, I'll Never Let You Go, Steelheart. The world of glam metal has historically been one of powerful and dynamic singers. Even so, there are few who can compete with the likes of Steelheart's Miljenko Matijevic, who absolutely dominates on the band's highest charting single, I'll Never Let You Go. Again, this is a song that starts innocuously enough.
Your dream come true, now I'm holding you.
Matijevic begins with a clear mid-range verse before shooting for the stars with a crazy high note.
I will never let you go.
Oh, and it only gets more stratospheric from there, as the Croatian-born singer seems to almost taunt us with how high he can actually go. Seriously, there's high, and then there's Steelheart levels of high. The levels perfected on songs like this one, or She's Gone.
Forgive me, girl.
Number 16. I Believe in a Thing Called Love, The Darkness. The spirit of classic Thin Lizzy lived on within the classic rock style of England's The Darkness. Although the falsetto singing style of The Darkness frontman Justin Hawkins was probably the furthest thing from Phil Lynnett's bluesy howl.
Touching you, touching me.
I Believe in a Thing Called Love was The Darkness's biggest international hit, and it quickly became infamous for Hawkins' trouser-pinching vocal approach.
I believe in a thing called love. Just let me remember more. There's a chance we can make it now. Remember till the sun goes down.
Not everyone can pull off an ultra-high falsetto with the sort of conviction Hawkins musters throughout the twin guitar epic, but Justin nails it with style and sleaze to spare. Number 15. Chandelier, Sia.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink.
We have two words to describe Chandelier. That chorus.
I'm gonna swim from the chandelier.
It's difficult to explain just how much emotion and pathos Sia packs into her performance.
Like tomorrow doesn't exist. Like it doesn't exist.
She pairs a comparatively subdued verse with an explosion of passion and cathartic anger. Sometimes, a singer just possesses this nebulous quality, an ability to connect with an audience with how they sing a song, not just the mechanics of how a song's composed. Sia is an artist who not only possesses the knowledge and skill to get her vocal performance across, but also the ability to make that performance unique and incredibly difficult to replicate. Number 14. Sherry, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. We mentioned falsettos earlier in our list, and there are few male vocalists who mastered this style better than Frankie Valli, the lead singer of the Four Seasons. Valli made himself a legend off his ability to control his falsetto, arguably better than any other male performer of his era, showcasing the sort of control that verges on supernatural.
I'm gonna make you mine.
Falsetto by nature can sound fragile and thin, but Valli sounds large and in charge throughout his performance in Sherry, which is no mean feat. There's a reason why they're called classics after all, and the Four Seasons definitely created one of those when they recorded this gem back in 1962. Number 13. Total Eclipse of the Heart, Bonnie Tyler.
Turn around.
Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming around.
They just don't make them like this anymore. We're talking about the pompous, in the best possible way, extravagant, and over-the-top operettas of Meatloaf collaborator and songwriter Jim Steinman.
And I need you now tonight. And I need you more than ever.
These were the songs about muscular men and wild women, the sort of ferocity encapsulated by Bonnie Tyler and her amazing performance on Total Eclipse of the Heart. It's gothic, sumptuous, and decadent power balladry at its best, amplified by Tyler's gruff and breathy delivery.
Don't know what to do and I'm always in the dark. We're living in a powder keg and giving off balls.
Seriously, when the near 7-minute album version reaches its vocal crescendo, we're right there with Bonnie on the mountaintop, shielding our eyes from the eclipse as her vocals block out the sun in an epic show of power.
I really need you tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight.
Number 12. Earth Song, Michael Jackson.
What about sunrise? What about rain?
Okay, so we all know about Michael Jackson's pedigree for classic music videos, but we admit that sometimes the singer's actual talent can get lost among all the visual spectacle. Not so with Earth Song, a track meant for the King of Pop's Dangerous album, but which didn't get released until the 1995 album History, Past, Present, and Future, Book 1. The song is a real showcase for Jackson's ability to meld and cross-pollinate genres, from operatic highs to gospel choral lows. Michael's legendary soul and power also make their presence known, of course, making this something of a forgotten classic from this iconic talent. Number 11, The Star-Spangled Banner. Lyrics, Francis Scott Key, and music, John Stafford Smith. It's been the honor and bane of many a singer's existence, performing the Star-Spangled Banner. The national anthem of the United States is infamously difficult to sing, even for the most accomplished performer, because of how much control it takes to navigate its range of key changes. The key is to start low and to conserve energy, saving a big burst of power for the anthem's climax. This is easier said than done, of course, with many great singers tripping up at either the performance side of things or something as simple as remembering the lyrics. We're not going to fault anyone for failing at the Star-Spangled Banner, though, because it's a massive challenge.
And the home of the
Number 10, Bridge Over Troubled Water. Simon and Garfunkel.
and friends just can't be found.
The world of folk might not be the first place you might look for a stratospheric vocal performance, but do not sleep on Simon and Garfunkel. If you do, you will be missing out on one of the all-time greatest vocal achievements, the incredible Bridge Over Troubled Water. Paul Simon wrote the song and delivers some excellent backing harmonies. But Bridge Over Troubled Water at its core is a showcase for Art Garfunkel.
Like a bridge over troubled water, I will ease your mind.
It's the sort of vocal that builds from a place of quiet contemplation into an emotive explosion, assisted by a perfect storm of string arrangements, incredible production, and session backing from drummer Hal Blaine. We dare you not to get caught up as Garfunkel sails away on that last high note.
I will ease your mind.
Number 9, Wuthering Heights, Kate Bush. Kate Bush possesses an extraordinary voice and progressive visual style, which earned her acclaim from both fans and critics. Wuthering Heights serves as Bush's biggest hit, and for good reason, as it sets on full display all of the singer's incredible vocal range. The song has been recorded twice by Bush, and both versions are melodic masterpieces that hinge on Bush's soaring vocals, from the song's sparse intro right on through to the booming chorus. Finally, Bush lets it rip alongside the song's lead guitar-accompanied outro, proving her place as a member of art rock royalty with a performance that still evokes chills today. Number 8, Unchained Melody, The Righteous Brothers. Unchained Melody was written in 1955 and has been performed by a number of different artists over the years.
And time goes by.
It's the version recorded a decade later by the Righteous Brothers that's since gone on to become the definitive version, however, thanks largely in part to Bobby Hatfield's soaring vocal performance.
I'll be coming home, wait for me.
Unchained Melody actually starts off quite slow and somber, but Hatfield soon kicks things up with a level of emotion that is completely raw and delivered with unbelievable passion.
Are you still mine?
Oh, and once the drums kick in around the 2-minute mark, forget about it. There isn't a dry eye in the house. Number 7, Dream On, Aerosmith. A good power ballad can be a wonderful thing. and once in a while, it can even define a band's career. Proof of this can be seen in that of Aerosmith's, who scored a massive, iconic hit with this track from their 1973 self-titled debut. Dream On is another slow burn of sorts, a sensitive song composed in F minor that reaches a crescendo a little past the halfway mark as Steven Tyler's measured vocals duel with Joe Perry's lead guitar. Tyler's powerful scream serves as the linchpin of Dream On, a gold standard against which many other classic rock singers have been measured. Number 6, All By Myself, Celine Dion. The next song on our list has a long history of cover versions, after its original artist, Eric Carmen, adapted it from a Rachmaninoff concerto in 1975.
Living alone, I think of all the friends I've known.
Carmen's All By Myself is still remembered fondly today, but it's Celine Dion's 1996 version that is even more vocally impressive. She hits an immensely powerful high note shortly before the 3-minute mark, turning what was initially a great pop song into a tour de force for the French-Canadian singer to shine.
All by myself anymore.
Trust us when we say that you probably don't want to attempt this one at karaoke. Number 5, Bohemian Rhapsody, Queen. There are many reasons why Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody is an incredibly difficult song for just about anyone to sing.
Any way the wind blows doesn't really matter.
For starters, it's composed in multiple keys, and shifts styles and tempos from a ballad arrangement to operatic accompaniment and straight-up hard rock.
Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening me. Galileo, Galileo.
Then there's the nature of the vocals, which consists of all 4 members of Queen layering their tracks in the studio to create a larger-than-life atmosphere. There are high falsettos, deep basses, and hard rock screams to tackle, all combined by lead singer Freddie Mercury and company.
Nothing really matters.
Simply stated, Mercury was an inimitable vocal talent, and only the bravest singer should even attempt at laying their stamp on this one. Or the show must go on, for that matter.
Show must go on.
Number 4, And I Am Telling You I'm Not Going, Jennifer Holliday. Power. This is perhaps how best to describe And I Am Telling You I'm Not Going, a key song from the Broadway hit Dreamgirls.
I'm not living without you. I don't wanna be free.
The song earned Jennifer Holliday a Tony and a Grammy Award in 1982 for her absolutely inspiring performance, while Jennifer Hudson would also score a hit with her take on the film version in 2006.
I'm not going, even though there are times I show.
The tune is incredibly difficult for even the most seasoned singer to perform, as it never lets up for a second, demanding range, tone, and, yes, power to give And I Am Telling You I'm Not Going the justice it deserves. Luckily, Holiday had all of these qualities and more, delivering the vocal performance of a lifetime. Number 3, Lovin' You, Minnie Riperton. Minnie Riperton was the OG when it came to striking gold with this sort of approach, as evidenced by Lovin' You and its chart-topping success back in 1975.
Loving you, I see your soul come shining through.
The song is backed by a sunny keyboard performance from Stevie Wonder, while Riperton sings a sweet ode to love and sex that hits the stratosphere when she hits those famous whistle notes. Fun fact, Minnie Riperton is actually Maya Rudolph's mother, and can be heard singing her daughter's name during the outro on unedited and album versions of the track. Number 2, I Will Always Love You, Whitney Houston. We are not taking anything away from the absolutely killer original version of I Will Always Love You, recorded by country legend Dolly Parton in 1973. For many, however, it's the arrangement Whitney Houston used for the 1992 film The Bodyguard that serves as the most well-known. Houston used Linda Ronstadt's 1975 cover as a basis for her version, yet she ultimately makes it her own, thanks to an incredible vocal performance. Houston's uncanny ability to balance vulnerability and power not only makes I Will Always Love You a stone-cold classic, it also served as a defining, pivotal moment of Houston's career as one of the great all-time singers. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Emotions, Mariah Carey. It is not an exaggeration to describe Mariah Carey as one of the foremost vocal talents of her generation. Her prowess as a singer has been well documented over a career that has spanned over 30 years, including such hits as Vision of Love, Honey, and Hero. Emotions might be the ultimate Mariah Carey jam, however, one that showcases the singer's uncanny ability to reach glass-shattering high notes. The song is also a great example of the sort of light and breezy R&B that dominated charts in the 90s, yet is punctuated by Carey's charm and charisma. Meanwhile, her vocal histrionics steal the show from any pretender who might lay claim to her throne. Can you nail any of these songs? Let us know in the comments.